welcome to Youth and the Voice of the Truth, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Pastor Steve Nye, and it's the first week of Advent, so I really wanted to look around and see if I could find a passage that would work out. And I started looking up first week of Advent on Google, doing that kind of search engine stuff, and I came across the day and the hour unknown. Many people use this for the first Sunday of Advent, and so that I thought that I would go ahead and do my own little piece on it. So usually the first week of Advent, you talk about hope, the hope that we have as Christians, and so that's what I'm going to be talking about. We're in Mark chapter 13, verse 32 through 37. You don't have to read this. I'm going to read it out loud to you, but you can if you want to. That's totally your prerogative. So chapter 13, verses 32 through 37 says, "But about that day or hour no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Be on guard, be alert. You do not know when that time will come. It's like a man going away. He leaves his house and puts his servants in charge, each with their assigned task, and tells the one at the door to keep watch. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know when the owner of the house will come back, whether in the evening, or at midnight, or when the rooster crows, or at dawn. If he comes suddenly, do not let him find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to everyone, watch." So he tells us to be on guard, to be ready, to be alert, to be busy. So now most of you have had your parents or guardians tell you to do something, right? And usually when our parents tell us to do something, the expectation is that we do it, or we get in trouble. Like, for instance, maybe your parents tell you to get your homework done, or maybe they tell you to clean your room, or maybe they tell you to mow the yard, to do the dishes, to do the laundry, etc. And the point is, when they tell you to do it, they expect you to do it, right? Or you get in trouble. We get grounded. We get our smartphones taken away. We get our video games taken away. We get punished if we don't do it. I mean, am I right? I mean, usually if your parents have told you to do something, also, you know that they're going to come back to make sure that you're doing what they told you to do, or to see your progress, right? And we just know that they're coming back. So we don't know when that is. We just know that they're going to come back and check. And if you value your smartphone, and if you value your laptop, if you value your computer, your video games, then you don't want to get caught not doing what they told you to do. I mean, you want to make sure that you're caught doing what they told you to do, completing the task. And for some of you, maybe you have a part-time job or a full-time job already. There's something called busy work. And one thing I've heard one of my managers say is, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. So if you run out of assigned work, you find other productive things to do, right? When I was working at the mill, I had a supervisor that told me to shovel sawdust from one side of the conveyor belt to the other. And then he told me, when you're done with that, go ahead and shovel it back. So basically it was doing nothing, just making sure that I was busy. And what Jesus is basically telling them is the same thing. And he's telling his disciples, in the analogy of a man leaving his servants in charge of his house. Now listen to what he says. Alright, he says this. "It's like a man going away. He leaves his house and puts his servants in charge, each with their assigned tasks, and tells the one at the door to keep watch. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know when the owner of the house will come back, whether in the evening, or at midnight, or when the rooster crows, or at dawn. If he comes suddenly, do not let him find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to everyone, watch." So what Jesus is trying to tell us is that he will return to us someday. Yes, he's going to heaven to prepare a room for each of us. And he's going to be our mediator. But he left us to continue on a mission for him to make disciples in all the nations. Jesus is basically warning us that he will be coming back. And he will be asking for an account of what we've done in his absence. So we need to be doing all that we can with all of the tools that he left us to be sharing the good news of Jesus Christ to the world. And start in your own backyard. Start in your neighborhood. Christmas time is the easiest time of year to talk about Jesus, right? I mean, you can't hardly walk into town without seeing at least half a dozen nativity scenes somewhere. I mean, so the message is this. Jesus is coming back, okay? We have that hope. He's coming back soon. We don't know when. And he's definitely coming back. We have that hope. The question is, are you preparing yourself for his second coming? Are you watching for his return? Are you doing all that you can to make sure that you're living the commandments that he left us? And there were several, yeah. And are we doing all we can to make sure that everybody else hears the good news of Jesus Christ as well? So that's the question. So I'm going to leave you here. Thanks for coming and visiting this blog. I plan to do another segment next week for the second week of Advent. And I hope I haven't completely bored you with this short Devo blog. But if I haven't, please feel free to share it and comment and on the What's on Your Mind page. You'll see that up in your menu, about right up there somewhere. So yeah, go ahead and just comment there. And thank you for watching. And I do hope that I helped you out in some way. Maybe I didn't help you out at all. And if that's the case, sorry. Hopefully I can get you next time. God bless.